I think that Hooters specifically might seem a little outdated.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jim. Cheese sticks in the shape of a heart.
15? What's your name?
It didn't fall.
Jason?
Do you like what you see here on the outside? You're gonna love what you'll see on the inside.
What if a chicken wing joint didn't just serve spicy wings, but launched an airline that flew Hooters girls across America? Sounds like a fever dream, right? But that's exactly what Hooters did. From a dive bar in Florida to a $1 billion empire, Hooters built a brand on controversy, wings, and wild ambition, only to crash hard. This is the insane story of Hooters, the chicken shop that started an airline, and how it soared, stumbled, and fought to survive. Buckle up, because this tale's as spicy as their hottest sauce. Let's rewind to 1983, Clearwater, Florida. 6 buddies, L.D. Stewart, Gil DiGiannantonio, Uncle Billy Ranieri, Ed Droste, Dennis Johnson, and Ken Wimmer, are fed up with getting kicked out of bars. None of them have restaurant experience. One's a painter, another's a brick mason. But they've got a vision. A place for manly food, beer, and well, eye-catching servers. They buy a rundown nightclub dirt cheap, throw in a mock graveyard for failed businesses, and on April Fool's Day, 1983, Hooters opens its doors. The name? A cheeky nod to owls, or so they claim, and a wink at what really draws the crowd. Their menu's simple: burgers, shrimp, and buffalo-style chicken wings, paired with a nostalgic vibe, and servers in tight tank tops and orange shorts. Hooters isn't just a restaurant, it's a subculture. The first Hooters girl, Lynn Austin, a former bikini model, becomes the face of the brand, plastered on a giant poster. The formula, wings, beer, sports, and scantily clad servers, catches fire. By 1990, Hooters has 20 locations, and by 2012, it's a global chain with over 430 restaurants in 44 US states and 44 countries. 28 countries, pulling in $1 billion annually at its peak. Their wings, slathered in secret sauces, become legendary, with millions sold yearly. But let's be real, it's the Hooters girls, not the food, that makes it a cultural phenomenon. The brand leans hard into sex appeal, marketing itself as delightfully techy, yet unrefined. And guys pack the place for the vibe. Now, here's where it gets bonkers. In 2002, Hooters owner Robert Brooks smells a new opportunity. He buys Pace Airlines, a struggling charter company, and rebrands it Hooters Air. Launched in 2003, it's not your typical airline. Based in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Hooters Air flies to places like Vegas, the Bahamas, and, randomly, Gary, Indiana. The planes? Boeing 737s decked out with Hooters logos and owl mascots. The crew? Standard pilots and flight attendants, but with a twist, 2 Hooters girls roam the aisles, serving drinks, chatting up passengers, and dishing out free wings on flights over an hour. It's a party in the sky, marketed as a low-cost, first-class experience, complete with a 2004 commercial hyping the Hooters vibe at 30,000 feet. Hooters Air is a bold gamble, but it's a flop. From 2003 to 2006, it bleeds cash, $40 million in losses. Why? Rising fuel costs, fierce competition, and revenue guarantees to rival airlines on shared routes tank profitability. Plus, the novelty wears thin. Passengers love the Hooters girls, but the routes are limited, and the brand's cheeky image doesn't scream reliable travel. By April 2006, Hooters Air grounds its planes for good, leaving behind a surreal legacy and a few branded souvenirs. It's a classic case of overreaching. Hooters thought wings could fly, but the airline was a wing, and a prayer that never took off. Back on the ground, Hooters' restaurant empire isn't exactly soaring either. The brand's built on controversy, and it's a double-edged sword. From day one, critics slam Hooters for objectifying women. The Orange County National Organization for Women files complaints in 2010, accusing Hooters of a bait and switch, marketing as a family-friendly spot while banking on sex appeal. Lawsuits pile up. In 1997, 3 men win $30,000 after being denied server jobs, claiming gender discrimination. In 2009, a Texas man sues for the same. A 2010 Michigan case sees an employee told to lose weight or face firing, sparking a $250,000 racial discrimination settlement in 2015. Hooters settles many cases out of court, but the damage to its rep grows. The controversies don't stop there. In 2012, a Korean-American customer sues a Queens Hooters for a racial slur on a receipt, though the case is dismissed. Studies show working at restaurants like Hooters takes a toll. Servers report higher anxiety and body image issues. Yet, Hooters doubles down, hiring only women who fit the look for front-of-house roles, while men work as cooks or managers. The brand's unapologetic, but it alienates some customers and struggles to evolve. By the 2010s, younger diners want authenticity, not outdated machismo, and competitors like Buffalo Wild Wings steal market share with better food and less baggage. The numbers tell a grim story. At its peak, Hooters runs 430 locations, but sales start slipping. In 2017, they try a fast casual spin-off. Hoots with male and female servers in modest uniforms, but it fizzles. By 2024, Hooters shutters 40 underperforming stores, citing rising costs and declining sales. In February 2025, reports swirl of looming bankruptcy, and on March 31st, Hooters of America files for Chapter 11, aiming to sell company-owned restaurants to franchisees. With 160 corporate units and a global footprint, they vow to stay open, but the brand's fighting for survival. Once a $1 billion giant, Hooters is now a cautionary tale of a business stuck in the past. So, what went wrong? Hooters' rise was fueled by a clear niche, wings and a provocative vibe, but that same niche boxed them in. The airline was a bold swing, but it burned cash on a gimmick. Controversies over hiring and culture scared off modern customers, and failure to innovate left them lagging. Compare that to Chick-fil-A, which evolved its menu, embraced tech, and built loyalty despite its own controversies. Hooters bet on nostalgia, not progress, and paid the price. For entrepreneurs, it's a lesson. Know your audience, but don't be afraid to adapt. A brand that can't grow with the times risks crashing like Hooters Air. What's next for Hooters? They're restructuring, leaning on franchisees, and pushing delivery to claw back relevance. But in a world of plant-based wings and inclusive dining, can they shed the tacky label? If you're starting a business, take note. That find a niche like Hooters Wings, but stay flexible. Test bold ideas. Maybe not an airline, but pivot fast if they flop. And build a brand that's authentic without alienating half your audience. Hooters' story is a wild ride, but it's not over yet. Can they reinvent themselves, or is the wing empire cooked? Hooters went from a chicken shop to an airline and a global brand, but its spicy legacy might be its undoing. What do you think? Can Hooters bounce back, or is it stuck in the 80s? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you've ever grabbed wings at Hooters, subscribe for more epic business sagas, and hit the bell to stay locked in. Let's keep digging into the wild stories behind the brands we know. See you in the next one.